Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services, the video on daily news and editorial analysis, which I'll be covering from the Hindu and Indian Express, the important news and editorial that would be relevant for the preparation of civil services examination will be discussed in this session. Let's get started with the news topic list. Today is 16th of September, the first important news that is regarding the India-Australia, the collaboration that is there to battle against Nipah virus. India has been collaborating with Australia to get the part of immediate relief. Second is Defense Acquisition Council approval to Sukhoi jets and other military equipments. Third is about India-Canada FTA, even the part of Nipah that has been put on hold after the protest which is there for the pro-Khalistani and other stuff has been for the debate. Other news that is exempting millet from GST can lift affordability, boosting the consumption pattern. See, the government has imposed certain taxes. Now the industries player and even the suggestions are there that the exemption must be given to millets. Apart from this, at the end of this video, there will be editorial that talks about the GM crop decision that cuts the mustard. Something very important that would be relevant in terms of the GM crop, the debate that has been ongoing, and frequently UPSC has been asking question in the mains examination also. So we'll discuss that. And before I begin, if you are new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, if you find this video informative and helpful, do hit that like button. Starting the session, and before I begin, just wanted to tell you about the Nishchay program. This is an all India test series program that is specifically meant for the prelims examination. 4,900 questions are there. Along with that, there will be video discussions followed by magazines for the content enrichment and demo test. If you want to register for the course, use the QR code for instant registration, or you can visit to our website for further details. So do check it out. Now, starting the session with the first news, that is India sees Australia's aid against the Nipah virus, something important for General Studies paper 2, that is issues related to development and management of health. So India has reached out to Australia to restock the monoclonal antibodies doses that is essentially required for Nipah virus. Now the assistance has been sought out from Australia. This is helping out India. और अभी कोई ऐसी concrete vaccines नहीं है जो developed हुई है Nipah virus के against. Now other than this, according to the Indian Council of Medical Research, अगर बात करें ICMR की, ICMR the Director General has said that there are 20 doses of monoclonal antibodies that Australia's universities, the Queensland University has provided for the treatment of Nipah virus. And at present, the therapy procured from Australia during 2018, the first Nipah virus was broke out in Kerala और यहाँ पे 10 cases जो है report किए गए हैं. Now, recent cases that has been confirmed by the Ministry of Health, तो कुछ cases यहाँ पे confirm किए गए हैं, and the cases pertain to certain things like the confirmation was there from the 2 unilateral that is there in the Kozhikode district, and this was there in the recent time which Ministry has actually confirmed, right? तो ये कुछ death cases हैं जो report किए गए हैं. Now, apart from this, 6 cases of Nipah has been there confirmed in Kerala so far. And India is currently seeking the 6th outbreak of Nipah virus, which has killed almost 40 to 70 people. तो इतनी सारी जो deaths हैं वो इंडिया में रिपोर्ट की गई हैं. 6 times frequent here and there the cases have been reported, but government is definitely looking to further have a preventive measures for this virus. Now, something brief about Nipah virus. The virus is a zoonotic virus that can cause a severe illness in both animal and human. It infects both human as well as animal. तो दोनों को impact करती है. It was first identified in 1999 during the outbreak in Malaysia and Singapore. Nipah virus is highly dangerous pathogen that causes brain damage, and even when it comes to direct contact with human, it can have the bodily fluids which is coming out of bat, pigs, and individual can have a transfer, and it can definitely impact or infect other people as well. As of now, there's no treatment or vaccine available against the Nipah virus. Now, next course of actions की अगर बात करें, India will have a stock of treatment. 20 Nipah virus patients will get a fresh dose from Australia, which they are arriving. जो खास करके assistance की बात की गई है ऑस्ट्रेलिया की तरफ से. ऑस्ट्रेलिया प्रोक्योर अ थेरेपी फ्रॉम यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स, ये प्रोक्योरमेंट यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स से करते हैं. एंड इवन द पैथोजन मीन फॉर यूएस देयर इज वायरस कॉल्ड हेंड्रा वायरस. मेक श्योर यू रिमेंबर दिस. हेंड्रा वायरस है जो कि यूएस में काफ़ी कॉमन है. एंड इवन द पार्ट ऑफ द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक विच इज़ देयर इज अलाइक टू द नीपा वायरस. इसी वजह से जो वैक्सीन वो यूज़ करते हैं या फिर जो मेडिकल थेरेपीज यूज़ करते हैं सेम नीपा वायरस में भी यूज़ की जा रही है. बायोसेफ्टी लैब 3 जो हैं, दीज आर द हाइएस्ट लेवल ऑफ एडवांस्ड लेवल ऑफ लैब्स दैट वी आर अवेलेबल. तो BSL लैब 3 में ये सारी चीज़ें रखी जाएगी ताकि जो और जिस तरह के लीथल इन्फेक्शंस हो रहे हैं कोझिकोड या केरला स्टेट्स में उनको रोका जा सके एंड शुड नॉट बी रिपोर्टेड फर्दर एनीवेयर इन द कंट्री. Now moving ahead, that is Defense Acquisition Council, जिसे DAS भी कहते हैं. They have given the procurement announcement or even approval for 30 SU jets. 12 jets actually allow की गई हैं और military equipments के लिए. Something important for General Studies paper 2, that is the government policies and intervention for the development of various sectors and issues arising from a design and implementations. So in a major boost to indigenous manufacturing of weapons, the Defense Acquisition Council has approved the procurement of 12 SU MKI fighter jet, Dhruv Shastra shots, surface to surface missile and other weapon system in the platform. So these are some of the again achievement that India will be adding, और इससे इंडिया के जो forces हैं paramilitary forces, even for the part of defense forces, specifically the air forces, will be strengthened. नेक्स्ट जनरेशन सर्वे वेसल्स की बात की है. डैस ने इसको भी अप्रूव किया है विद द प्रोक्योरमेंट ऑफ नेक्स्ट जनरेशन सर्वे वेसल विच इंडियन नेवी विल स्पेसिफिकली हैव. इट विल हैव अ ग्रेटली इनहैंस्ड कैपेबिलिटीज इन परफॉर्मिंग द हाइड्रोग्राफिक ऑपरेशंस. नाउ डैस विल हैव अ नोट फॉर द प्रपोजल फॉर इंडियन एयरफोर्स विच विल बी इंक्लूडेड इन द iconic upgradations of the Dornier aircraft and improve the accuracy and the part of reliability in the operations. Now इसके अलावा Dhurvashtra missile, this is something will be procured. This is an air-to-air missile. So short-range air-to-surface missile, this is A2S. This type of news related is important for CAPF examination also. जो बच्चे CAPF का एग्जाम दे रहे हैं उनके लिए काफ़ी relevant है. And these are the precision-guided weapons indigenously built by ALH MK4. Helicopters were cleared for by the DAX also. Now, if you see the budget allocation for all this defense procurement, as we know, India की defense budget काफ़ी high है compared to other countries इतनी नहीं है, but we are investing substantially on a higher side. तो यूनियन बजट ने 5.94 लाख करोड़ रुपीस के आसपास स्पेंडिंग रखी थी इस बजट में, which is 20% higher than the last year. तो this number is important. This is 20% higher than last year, right? And it is about 2% more compared to the revised budget estimate. India has allocated 5.25 lakh for the military spending last year and 4.7 lakh crore rupees for 4.71 crore before the year. So these are some of the funding. If you're writing specifically in the mains examination, make sure आप इसे जरूर note करें. Now moving ahead, India-Canada free trade talks put on hold, something important for General Studies paper 2, that is the effect of policies and politics of developed and developing countries on India's interest and India's diaspora. तो एक सेटबैक इंडिया और कनाडा के रिलेशनशिप में देखी गई है एंड दिस अनाउंसमेंट हैज़ कम फ्रॉम द कनाडा ट्रेड कमीशंस व्हिच हैज़ अनाउंस्ड दैट दे विल बी पोस्टपोनिंग द पार्ट ऑफ ट्रेड मिशन दैट वाज एक्चुअली सपोज्ड टू बी एग्जीक्यूटेड. Now there were report earlier that 2 countries could have an interim trade between end of this year, but again the part of the negotiation which is something which has been put on hold, तो ये सारी negotiation अभी stop कर दी जाएंगी. India's total export to Canada has added up to 4.1 billion and even giving up to 3.76 billion. India's import from Canada has added 4.05 billion in 2022-23 from upcoming, that is 3.13 billion in 2021-22. Now, एंटी इंडियन एक्टिविटीज़ की वजह से दोनों कंट्रीज़ के बीच में टसल हुई है एंड इवन फॉर द पार्ट ऑफ थिंग्स दैट इज़ नॉट वर्किंग आउट बिटवीन 2 countries इज़ अबाउट द प्रो खालिस्तानी एलिमेंट. आई थिंक मोस्ट ऑफ यू मस्ट बी अवेयर जिस तरह से इंडियन एम्बेसी में, इफ यू टॉक अबाउट इंडियन एम्बेसी इन विच इज़ देयर इन कैनेडा, तो वहाँ पे अटैक हुई, उसकी वजह से ये सारी प्रॉब्लम्स राइज हुई हैं एंड इवन G20 के समिट्स में इंडिया ने स्ट्रॉन्ग वर्ड ऑफ स्टेटमेंट दिए थे अगेंस्ट द प्रो खालिस्तान प्रोटेस्ट विच वाज देयर एट इंडियन काउंसुलेट, राइट. द प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैज हाईलाइटेड दैट द इंडिया कनाडा रिलेशनशिप हैज एंकर्ड अ democratic values, respect for the rules, and a strong people-to-people connect. Now, KEPA negotiations की अगर बात करें, see it is again important. If you see March, that Canada and India has agreed to relaunch the KEPA negotiation, and early progress for trade agreement could also be there. The negotiation for KEPA has resumed. 9 round of talks देखी गई हैं. So far, 2 countries have discussions with regards to the goods trade, rules of origin, origin procurement, services, institutional and core values. तो ये कुछ ऐसे important things हैं, negotiation है KEPA के अंदर जो दोनों countries के बीच में चल रहे थे, but this has been put on hold. Now, export और import items की बात करें, major item of exports from Canada. Exports to Canada include gems, jewelers, precious stones, pharmaceutical products, ready-made garments, and mechanical appliances, organic chemicals, lightning engineering goods, iron and steel articles. और कुछ ऐसे import के items की बात करें, India imports pulses, newsprints, wool pulps, and potash, iron caps, coppers, mineral industries, chemical from Canada. So both countries are mutually benefited from each other, but this part of negotiation which has been put on hold will definitely need some time to get a resolution done. Now moving ahead, relook at the GST rate on the millet, something important for General Studies paper 3, that is Indian economy and issues related to planning, mobilization, resource growth and development. तो मिलेट के बारे में जो कि बहुत ही important, millets is something which is important. And this is important grain of the fact that it has a high nutritional value. But nutritional value of food security के अलावे जो important point highlight की गई है by the stakeholders is about the taxes and the prices which is there for this particular grain. So the Bharat Biotech chairman has raised the issues exempting the millet. He has asked that there should be exemptions which will be there so that the part of consumption should be on a higher side. Right? This was a suggestion which was made by Bharat Biotech chairman. India large target to produce 45 million ton of millet by 2030 and 70 million millet ton by now. Now, global millet productions की अगर बात करें, India is the largest producer and the second largest exporter of millet. India accounts for 41% of the global millet productions, and India and Niger is the second highest producers, accounting for about 11%, and by China accounting for 9%. The global millet output was 100 metric ton, was almost 80 million metric ton of the land. Now, अगर countries की बात करें, कौन से countries में किस तरह की productions हैं, India being the highest, 41%, then Niger. Other countries include 11, China 7%, Niger 6.5, this is Nigeria, Mali, और ये सारे countries की details हैं which has been producing. Russia is only 1.30%. International Year of Millet, I think most of you must be aware, year 2023 has been declared as International Year of Millet, right? And it has been earlier observed that in 2018, the government of India has come up with the National Year of Millet, जिसे NYMB कहते हैं. And the declaration was made spreading awareness about the contributions for millet, the security, the nutritional need, and the sustainable productions and the quality of the millets was actually taken into consideration. Now moving ahead with the editorial of the day, a GM crop decision that cuts the mustard, something important for General Studies paper 3, that is achievement of India in science and technology, Indianization of technology and development of new technology. Now what are the issues that I'll be discussing under this? First is about the theme is about GM mustard crop. We see the focusing on the food productions, more crop under GM, focus on mustard and the way forward. So the use of genetic engineering alongside the traditional breeding method is a crucial to address the global food security, nutritional challenges and face off the climate challenges with the global food and nutritional security. According to the Global Food Security Nutritional Report की अगर बात करें 2019, it has been difficult to achieve zero hunger target by 2030. Why it is difficult? Because we need to achieve a lot more other targets that India has actually devised out, right? इस टारगेट को अचीव करने के लिए सबसे पहले ज़रूरी है कि ग्लोबल फूड सिक्योरिटी जो है उसे किया जाए और जो न्यूट्रिशनल सिक्योरिटी है दैट नीड टू बी वर्कड. Focusing on the food productions, in order to increase the food production, it is very important that India should be self-reliant. So self-reliance is something which is again very important in this context. And India requires superior crop variety. जहाँ पे अगर यील्ड की बात करें या फिर ऐसे प्रोडक्ट्स जो कि अडेप्टेबल है इन्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से, उस तरह के रिसोर्सेज की भी जरूरत पड़ेगी. The advent of green revolutions that whether in 1960-1970 result in the enhanced food productions and nearly 50 million tons were there, over 300 million tons in 2021. So this is something which we have seen from 15 million to the journey of 300 million. However, the new biotech crop were improved with the trade and to mitigate the climate change and produce the nutrient dense food. Now more crop under the genetically GM क्रॉप्स की अगर बात करें, सो क्या क्या चीज़ें हैं जो और बड़ी हैं और किस चीज़ की ज़रूरतें हैं, दैट वी ऑल्सो नीड टू वर्क आउट, राइट. सो इन 2020 the 72 country has adopted GM as a uses. 56% of global GM crops are there in the developing countries. अगर कुछ पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट की बात करें जिस कंट्री ने सब्सटैंशियल प्रोग्रेस दी है, अर्जेंटीना, ब्राज़ील, कनाडा, इंडिया एंड यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स, विच इज इक्विवेलेंट टू 26% ऑफ द वर्ल्ड पॉपुलेशन. बीटी कॉटन में भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा कमर्शलाइजेशन देखी गई है. फर्स्ट GM क्रॉप इन मोर देन 20 years दैट हैज़ बीन ग्लोबली वर्किंग आउट फॉर द इकोनॉमिक एडवांसमेंट. उसके बाद genetic modifications has been there beyond the 4 major crop, that is maize, soybean, cotton, canola, and economic importance of the food for various traits such as herbicide resistance, climate resistance, and nutritional quality and improvement. Focus on mustard is another important point. See, if you see mustard specifically, we have a lot dependency और ज़रूरतें भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा इंडिया को. India has been facing a major deficit in edible oil. 60% demand has been there to import the mustard, and most import edible oil is there. However, as per the hectare it's there when compared to the global average. Increasing productivity is very much important for country like India, जहाँ पे काफ़ी ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है edible oil productions की. The Center for Genetic Manipulations at University of Delhi has come up with the GM mustard hybrid DM11, which is again something very transformative. The hybrid promises vigor and yield, aiming to boost the domestic edible oil productions increase from the farm incomes. Now, way forward की अगर बात करें, how the things need to be worked out. In October, the Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee, ministries ने खास करके इसे लैंडमार्क अचीवमेंट बताया था DMH11 को, और इसके कल्टिवेशंस को आगे प्रमोट करने की बात भी गई थी. दिस इज अ सिग्निफिकेंट डिसीजन दैट विल बूस्ट द इंजीनियरिंग रिसर्च इन द कंट्री. द एडवांसमेंट विल हैव अ फार्म बाय इंक्रीजिंग द yield hectare along the part of the increasing income. The environmental release of the GM mustard, that is DM11, marked the new era of self-reliance sustainability in the agriculture sector. So definitely आपसे consequences पूछे जा सकते हैं GM crops के, right? And also क्या GM mustards की ज़रूरत है इंडिया को, and how it can help India to achieve the part of self-reliance. So you need to know this all fact. Now, moving ahead with the MCQ questions of the day. Before I proceed, just to tell you the answers of yesterday questions. For first question, the correct option was B. For second question, the correct option is B. ये दो correct options हैं दोनों सवाल के. Today's question, that is about the Vidya Samiksha Kendra. It serves as the repository of initiative by the Ministry of Education. It will aid in calculations the gross ratios by mapping the school layers with the population. So do check out for the correct option. आप जो options हैं वो comment section में ज़रूर लिखें. Have a participations in the comment section down below. Second question of the day, the International Tribunal for Law of Seas. It's an independent judicial established under the UN Convention for Law and Seas. It settled a dispute for marine delimitation and navigation. तो जो भी correct option आपको लगी, check out, have a logical reasoning, and then participate and write your answer in the comment section down below. So this was all about for the daily news and editorial analysis followed by the MCQ questions. If you have any other concern, queries about the test series, admissions, programs and courses admissions, you can reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching.